Hi, my name is Ray Otter, and this is F-Stop Cam. And what we're going to do is we're going to help the person getting into photography as a hobby, or maybe you want to buy a camera and take a couple of shots of your kids running across a football field or at the swim meet, and you're not sure what kind of camera you want to buy. Now, we've all had those cameras where we think we're taking a pretty good picture, and you get it back, or you're looking out on a computer, and it's kind of dark, or maybe it's blurry, and what do you don't really want to share those. One thing that drives me crazy is I look at Facebook and people are taking pictures of cool things and you can't tell what it is. It's blurred out. The lighting's bad, um, and they say it's the photographer that's going to make the big difference. But sometimes it is the camera, along with the photographer, that's going to make the biggest difference and get the best photo you're going to get. But not all cameras are created equal. Not all situations are created equal, and not all needs are equal. So what I'm going to try to do is help you figure out what kind of camera is going to be the best camera to suit your needs and do what you need the camera to do. So what we have here is we have a few different types of cameras. The most common cameras that people are going to go out and purchase. And sometimes it's the camera that they need, sometimes it's not. Over here, what we have is this is actually it's a point of view camera from XTC Midland. They make a couple of them. This is the low version one. It has a waterproof case. This is probably about 40 bucks if you were to buy it. They make high definition. This is standard quality though. You put on a helmet, motorcycle, kayak, and you go out there and you do your adventure stuff. These are going to range in quality. Sony makes an excellent action cam. So does GoPro is you see that everywhere, and they keep on getting better and better because of the sensors. And we'll go over that another time. Next we have your pocket point and shoot. Actually, this is a variable lens, but you have your points and shoot where maybe the lens is just 35 millimeter, and that's all it's going to do. This one happens to be a lens that pops out and gives me, this is a 20 times. This is I believe it's the X300. It's a Sony lens, and you'll see Sony, Nikon camera, Panasonic. Those are the main ones out there, all very good, and they actually they have professional models used by in the professional business. But this is a X300 Sony. I believe this is the X300. And this has a 20 times zoom on it. This is great for throwing in your pocket, keep it in your bag, keep it in your car. If you get moments you want to save video, photography, it's pretty good for that. The images aren't awesome, but it's good enough for what you're going to do. Now, here over on the left, or if you're watching on your right side, but on my left, we have your higher quality DSLR. In fact, we're actually doing a videotaping with a DSLR. It's a D600 from Nikon. This happens to be the Nikon D700, 7000, and this is a DX or a APS sensor. And you know the SLRs, you're going to have the detachable lenses. You can get a number of lenses for it. Very expensive. These are cameras you don't want to bring in harsh environments because it's a pretty expensive thing. Plus, you have to do keep the lenses clean. You may have a bunch of lenses. You have to keep them organized. It's a lot of stuff to bring with you. So you have your pocket camera here, very small. Throw it in your bag. Lower quality images, lower quality video. The lighting isn't all that great just because of the physics involved with small cameras and sensors and the lenses. You can't have a really, really good lighting with these. And we'll explain that in other videos. DSLRs, excellent lighting, excellent quality, but very expensive and very bulky. So what do? If you want to finance something in between, then you have these, I call them the crossover cameras. We have two here. This is a Canon I'm sorry, this is this is the Canon SX50. This has a 50 times optical zoom, and there's a couple different types of zooms. There's optical zoom, there's intelligent zoom, and there's digital zoom. They all mean something different. Optical zoom is what you want. That's the best. That's the real quality zoom using the glass in the camera. And this is the Panasonic. I actually just got these today. I haven't taken them out yet to test them, but what they are is they have a sensor that's a little bit bigger than the smaller camera, but it's not as large as the full real DSLR. So it's kind of in between. Plus it has its lenses that are internal, and some of these cameras are going to vary in range. This one is a 24 digital, I'm sorry, 24 optical, but it expands out to 45 45 intelligent zoom, and this one is a 50 optical. So you're going to get a 50 times with this. That's equivalent to 1200 millimeters, where this one is the equivalent to 600 millimeter. This lens on my DSLR, this is a 300 millimeter lens. So with the prices, this one goes for about $250. This one is a D7000, but the DSLR I'm filming this with is $2,100. The lens, this lens, when I bought it, was $700. Vibration reduction 300 millimeter lens. And then these two were in the 400 to 500 range each. Now there's a big difference between this Panasonic and the Canon. Although they are very close with the sensor size, the sensors are 1:2, 1:2. Actually, it's 1:2, 3:3, and it's a sensor that's a little bit bigger than this, but smaller than that. So it's a good sensor, gets really good quality. But what really makes these two different is the lenses. The Canon lens is an excellent lens, but it's got a focal. Like I said, the focal length is up to 50 or 1200 millimeters is the correct way to explain the focal length. But the f-stop is from 3.5 to 6, meaning on its widest, at the 24 millimeter range, when you have the lens all the way in, it's going to be 3.5, the f-stop. And the lower the f-stop, the better. Now when you go all the way out, when you zoom all the way out, the f-stop will go down to 6, I believe it's 6.5. So that cuts down the amount of light entering the camera, which is going to affect the quality. Now the Fuji, the Panasonic, this was a little bit more expensive, about $150 more than the Canon. Both great brands, but the Panasonic, this one only does, well not only, but it does a 24 times zoom, which is equivalent to 600 millimeter. And there's always a give and take when you have something like that. Why is this one? Same type of camera, why is this half the focal length of this? It's because a lot of the guts in here are made to be f2.8 all the way down to 600 millimeter. So at 1200 millimeter, or even say you go to 600 millimeter on here, you're still going to be at the f-stop's going to be about f5. Whereas this one, it's 2.8 the full way, which makes this a better camera in lower light. Now tonight I'm going to test and actually see how true that is, because the math and how it's advertised is one thing, how it actually works in the practical world is a whole other. But if you're looking for a camera, these are some of the factors that are going to play into your purchasing. So what is the camera that you should be looking to buy for your purpose and what you're going to be using it for? As we talked about, we have the action cam for action events helmets. And then now if you're going out and you want to do astrophotography, you want to get some wildlife, you're looking to really make this a major hobby, you're going to put some money into it. Remember, you can be talking about a $1,300, $1,400 body, you can be talking about hundreds of dollars in lenses. And so there's going to be some money investment in there. But you don't get a better quality than the DSLRs, especially if you do get a full frame. That's going to be your top quality. And so if you're a serious photographer, you're going out into the wildlife, you're actually going to make like trips surrounding your photography. That's what you get into. Now if you're just going to be you're one of those people that you want to be able to take a picture of something happening, you're going to a party, you're having fun, and people are drunk, and you want to get little videos of them. This little Sony's perfect for that kind of stuff. It's discreet, you throw it in your bag, you can put it in your top pocket, you throw it in your pants pocket. I keep this on my motorcycle all the time because you never know if you're going to come across an accident. You might see some crazy stuff. Somebody might hit me and I need to take pictures. Or maybe I'll just have a thought and I want to put it on video. So I always carry this around with me. It's small enough to go in my bag. And I almost forget about it. This is the Sony X300. Got 20 times zoom, 20 time optical zoom. We'll get into that in another video. Excellent camera. Then we have our, what I call crossover cameras. So I have this one. This is the Canon, the SX50. This one, if I'm doing photography or video of nature and I'm doing my birds, things like that, this is absolutely awesome. 50 times, 1200 millimeter, zoom into your subject. You can really get a nice close into it. Something that's really far away, you can make it look like it's a lot closer. It's small, it's compact, you can throw it in bags, and it doesn't take up too much space, which is the whole idea of these, is to get good quality. Um, oh, and this one also does miniature effect, which is the correct term is tilt shift effect. Some people you'll see they look like little toys running around or something. But excellent camera for wildlife. But once it starts getting a little dark, because the f settings are a little higher, you're not going to get the best. Although Canon probably does the best noise reduction in all in the whole camera world. Canon has excellent ISO levels. Now, the Panasonic, the Lumix, I believe this is model Z. What is this? This is Z something. FZ200. The Lumix Panasonic FZ200. This is going to do 24 times, which is still pretty good. It's 600 millimeters. But with the f2 aperture, you're really going to get better lighting than the other than the Canon one. So if you're going and it's going to be darker scene, or you need to take faster pictures, because the f2 allows you to take a quicker shutter speed without losing your light. This is definitely the one to go with. Although this is probably this is about 500 some odd dollars. This is just on the cusp of 400, so there is a little bit more you're paying for the lens. Tonight I'm going to take them out. I'm going to test them both, see how they work as the sun's going down, because that's the real test of a good camera. Is how does it take a photo and video in lower light. So, well, I hope that gave you some kind of idea of what to look for in a camera that you're going to purchase. If you're looking for low light, quick speeds, you want a lower f-stop. If you're going to be in bright areas and it's going to be things that are going to be far away, you want one of these good zoom cameras with the 20 times. 10 times is alright, but you want somewhere a little bit 15 times or more zoom. If you're going to be really serious into it and you're going to make this a real hobby that you're going to put a lot of money into, then you get yourself a DSLR. And Canons, Nikons, they're both great. They go head to head, and it's excellent because one comes out with a great product, the other one is not too far behind, and they against each other like that, and it gives us consumers a lot more stuff to work with out there. So this is Ray Otter with f-stop cam. I hope this helped you out.